What up? It's the Black Lex. So Ti is definitely going up against Lil Wayne and his comments about not wanting to be affiliated with Black Lives Matter, not really understanding what Black Lives Matter means, and conveying his sentiments to not really believing in the white supremacy or notion that white people are racist. So I'm looking at this article from Entertainment Weekly where it said Ti slammed Lil Wayne for Black Lives Matter comments. It's November 6, 2016. Quote, Lil Wayne recently said that he doesn't feel connected to the Black Lives Matter movement, and Ti responded to those comments in an Instagram where he called Wayne's take on the matter absolutely unacceptable. I mean, honestly, so what we've come to is sort of a loggerheads in this issue because there are a lot of black people that don't really agree with the sentiments that Black Lives Matter portrays, and I'm one of them. Although I believe that Black lives do matter in the greater scheme, um, you know, I'm more apt to say that all these lives matter. But what I do find very interesting is that Lil Wayne actually lays out his case for this not really being uh, why he doesn't agree with it, and he tells of how he was shot um, accidentally by himself, self-inflicted gunshot wound to his chest, and the police were called and they arrived to his home. They broke down the door, came in, he was lying on the floor. All the other black cops jumped over him, but the one white cop, who he called Uncle Bob, picked him up. He actually chastised or reprimanded the other guys for not looking at this kid who was lying on the floor bleeding. They were looking for guns and drugs, whereas he was more worried about the kid's life. He's worried about Lil Wayne's life. So Lil Wayne said that he 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 knows he doesn't know any races, but he does know a real good person named Uncle Bob. And when asked about Black Lives Matter on an episode of Nightline, Wayne says, and I quote, "I'm a young black rich motherfucker. If that don't let you know that America understand black shit matter these days, I don't know what it is. My shit matter." And when reporter Lindsay Davis asked if he felt connected to the movement, he said, "I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me." T.I. responded by saying, uh, if you don't stand for something out here, all your success don't mean shit. Our people are being oppressed. We are being hunted, captured, and slaughtered out here daily. What's ironic about these statements is that Ti is a self-proclaimed drug dealer, the king of the South. Um, he is not only that, he's he's a misogynist, just like Wayne is. They both convey a lot of the same sentiments. Except on this issue, they're on opposite sides. Apparently, they've been friends for years. I'm not really sure how long that's been, but they were at one time amicable at least. Now it's like this is nothing. Uh, so for a drug dealer to say these things about the community, To me, it sounds like a lot of apologies for, or better yet, it's just sweeping what we do under the rug. It's a lot of okay, we're gonna blame everyone else for what's going on in our neighborhoods about us being oppressed. However, however, you're oppressed, but you're one of the richest black people um, in the United States. Uh, you're one of the most famous black people in the United States, but of course you're oppressed. Uh, See, what I really see is this is an this is a thing between poor and not poor. It's classist. It's not really racist because white people, poor white people, they suffer much the same. Matter of fact, some would say they suffer more than poor blacks. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not all up on my research. Now, this is what I've read. This is what I've heard. This is what has been reported to me by many sources. And I'll put some sources in the links below. But I mean, really, let's be honest here. Um, he goes on to say, Ti goes on to say, you have to get out of that bubble that you've been living in and get out here and educate yourself on what's going around us. Really, homeboy. Once again, man, you were one of you are a self-proclaimed drug dealer. You are a drug dealer. I mean, are you serious, bro? Quote, I've been proud to call myself a fan and a friend of Lil Wayne, he said, but if that must end in order to stand up for those who can't do it for themselves, so be it. If you're not prepared for a question in the interview, say no comment, bro. But stop embarrassing yourself and everyone out here who has been supporting you. There is no middle ground. Really? There is no middle ground? You're saying, okay, so there's no middle ground in this. Meaning that you can't come to some sort of agreement as to what's happening, as to the responsibility for black folks and white people for the situation. Really, there's no neutral ground, bro. There's, oppression knows no neutral party. Either you're part of the oppressed or you're with the oppressor. Man, get out of here, dog. You know what? I I've actually stopped listening to hip hop for the last uh, few months, and I'm not missing anything. This type of stuff just lets me know that I'm, as a black conservative, I'm doing the right thing. They have nothing to teach me, to show me. They have no stories to tell that I haven't already heard. The ignorance that they continue to perpetrate only condemns the culture, the hip hop culture that we have built. Um, Regardless of Lil Wayne or Ti, I mean they both have their faults and flaws, but I'm on this issue. I'm on Lil Wayne's side. You can say what you want to say. You can call me a coon. Um, you can call me a sellout all the time. Whatever you want to call me. Don't care. The reality is that our neighborhoods are our responsibility. Our culture is our responsibility. Um, it's only so much that white people are going to actually accept and take. As part of whatever condemnation that we're sending towards them. I mean, I will say this. I mean, obviously, the white people do have some responsibility for slavery, but we're not slaves anymore. Our fate is left up to ourselves. There are a lot of bad choices being made in the black community, and we must own up to it. If we do not own up to it, we're just going to end up ground underneath uh, the foot of the future. And we must once again turn the mirror on ourselves, look at the mirror, look at the reflection, and find out what it is we really need to do for uplift in our community. Otherwise, man, we're done. Um, so yeah, I mean, read the article. You know, what say you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, it's up to you, man. Um, no, I put in my 2 cents. I said what I had to say. I don't think, I really don't think T.I. has much place to say anything about, what's going on when he was part of the problem in the first place. It's probably been years since he sold drugs, I'm sure, but he's not an upstanding member of the community. Um, Although I will say this, he does seem to be an exemplary father, or at least somewhat of a good father. Um, I can attest to that by seeing his TV show. Anyway, man, I'm out. Later.